What is going on, you Castaway Carving? So, the other day on the stream, or last week on the stream, I had an idea to try out an Arceus deck, and it ended up being way better than I thought it was going to be. It's super simple, super straightforward. There's really not that much to it. The main gimmick of the deck, or secondary attacker, is the Espeon VMAX, secondary card, because we don't attack with it that much, is the Espeon VMAX 310 HP. It's got that max Mindstorm attack for Psychic Colorless. It does 60 damage for each energy attached to all of our opponent's Pokemon. So we're really only taking big advantage of this up against other Arceus decks, but then also up against the Lugia matchup as well. It is pretty strong. It's got that Solar Revelation ability, prevent all effective attacks from your opponent's Pokemon down to all of your Pokemon that have any energy attached to them. Pretty powerful in the current meta. Stops stuff like the Yveltal in the Lugia deck, the paralysis from the paralysis decks like the Articuno deck and the Zekrom deck, and then also pretty good up against Lost Box decks. Shuts down their Sableye from spreading a bunch of damage wherever they want to clean up knockouts or set up knockouts. So super strong ability. Pretty strong attack up against Lugia at the very least. The ability is good against pretty much everything. And he's got 310 HP, so it's pretty tanky. And what better Pokemon to put it alongside than the Arceus? I'll go ahead and show you my list. Like I said, it's pretty simple. And then go ahead and get some action. All right, so there's not a whole ton to the deck here. We got the 4-3 Arceus, the 2-2 Espeon, because we're really trying to set up that Espeon. And the only other attacking Pokemon we really have in here is 2 Drapion for the Mew matchup, because otherwise the Mew matchup would be absolutely abysmal. We got the B-Barrel in here for some draw support. I got the Radiant Gardevoir in here, reduce the damage our Arceus takes, or all of our V Pokemon take. Specifically in the Lugia matchup, this is nice to slow down that Lugia one-hit KO, because we do have the Espeon in here to stop the Yveltal one-hit KOs. So then we have the Gardevoir in here to stop the Lugia one-hit KOs on our Arceus or even our Espeon, or hopefully that can help. We also have a Big Charm in here and a 1 of V-Guard energy in here to help as well. I'm also packing the Choice Belt Zigzagoon combo. It's not just good for the turn 2 Trinity Nova to KO V Pokemon early on or in the mid game or in the late game, but it can also help the math of the Max Mindstorm up against like the Lugia matchup specifically. If they got 4 energy in play, we're Max Mindstorming for 240 damage. Get a Choice Belt involved on the Espeon and then a Goon Ping. That becomes that 280 damage to 1-hit KO a Lugia V-Star. If they got the V-Guard energy, we're not going to get there unless they have another energy in play, but if they have another energy in play, it's that much easier. We don't even need the Goon or the Choice Belt. And besides that, it's pretty straightforward. We got 4 Marnie in here because it's an Arceus deck. I don't play Paths of the Peak. I do play 2 Collapse Stadium to help limit our opponent's benches. Actually, Collapse Stadium is really, really good against Lugia. It can make things really awkward on their second turn of actually pulling off the V-Star power to get 2 Arceus set up in play and use them efficiently. So Collapse Stadium is actually really, really nice in that matchup, and that's kind of our Disruption Stadium going up against the Lugia matchup. No Sinnoh, no Paths of the Peak, just our own Collapse Stadiums, which we also use in every other matchup besides the Lugia matchup, not as an aggressive stadium, but as more of a reactionary stadium to responding to our opponent's stadiums, Paths of the Peaks, Temple of Sinnohs, or to discard any of our damaged Pokemon from play. We try and set up a lot of Arceus. Some of them are going to take some hits. We retreat those to the bench. We Collapse Stadium them away. Our opponent doesn't have like that easy 2 prizes to chase down later on in a game. And I think that's all I really want to talk about here. Like I mentioned, the V-Guard energy. We also have a powerful energy in here as well. So we can do the whole Arceus Choice Belt powerful energy combo without needing the Zigzagoon, so that becomes an option as well. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get into some games. If you want to see some more gameplay from me, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG2 video up over there with some more Arceus action, and let's do it. All right, here we go. My opponent chose second, so that always makes me considerably nervous, but our opening hand is pretty decent. I'm curious to know what we're actually up against here if my opponent did choose for me to go second. I got the Dragon deck box. Ooh, oh, wow. All right. This is a hand. For sure, this is a hand. I kind of want to go get the doof. I have to give up my boss here, but I think I'm going to be okay with that. Get some doof action going on here. Doof down. Arceus down. Dash return. Got the Espeon turn 1 as well, so I'm feeling pretty good. They got the Dragon deck box. I think it is Giratina. I usually don't feel like Giratina is choosing to go second, but my opponent's feeling it today, I guess. So they're going second, and I'm gonna look for that turn 1 boss KO on Tina. We could get it here. We got a lot of draw. I did give up the boss, but I did need the B-Barrel. Well, actually, if I'd kept the boss, I could have got Choice Belt Goon off of Arceus. Okay, maybe I should have. Now we're still gonna get it here. We're gonna draw a lot of cards up B-Barrel. That would be just that turn. I need to play the game past a turn. My opponent has an insane start here. Double VIP pass. Rolling. So I'm assuming I'm getting turn 1 punched here by a Cram for sure, which actually isn't a great look for the Espeon to be taking a hit off the rip. But actually, maybe my opponent... Yo, what is a VIP pass for 1? What? They had nothing else they wanted out of the deck? maybe a misclick there. I feel like a lot of people forget that they can, like, it's okay to put 3 Comfy in play. I do it all the time when I play Lost Zone decks. You put the 3rd Comfy in play, you're going to find a net eventually, you'll be down to 2. If you find another net, you go down to 1. Like, you still have control over your board, but it gives you the option to potentially utilize. Sheesh. This opening turn is just too clean. It gives you that option to potentially use a 3rd Comfy if you just have a ton of switch cards, because if you go like Comfy into switch, you can't switch back into the 2nd Comfy that you've already used the flower selecting up. But if you got that 3rd Comfy to work with, then you're kind of chilling. So we'll see what my opponent chooses to do here. It didn't get the Cram. Maybe the Cram's prized. Solo Cram in the Tina is possible, or I mean, maybe they played 2 Cram and they didn't get the Greninja either, though. That's like the most curious part. Maybe it's in the hand. Okay, there's the Cram. The Cram's making an appearance. The Escape Rope. All right, Arceus is going down here. This does feel, or getting hit here. This does feel pretty bad, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. This does feel. Oh my gosh, the Temple of Sinnoh. That is annoying. The Temple of Sinnoh is actually like super annoying. Okay, we'll be fine here. Energy top deck is nice. I guess I get to save my switch now. Not sure how much I cared about doing that though. Get Industrious real fast. Maybe I am just going for the KO on the active here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to settle for it. That's fine. Go ahead and grab. I kind of just want to grab. I don't care about Espeon this turn, I feel like. Kind of just want to grab another Arceus. I don't even really feel like I want to Starbirth this turn. I don't know. Marnie is like okay this turn, I feel like, but I feel like they didn't do. Well, they did a decent amount. Need another Arceus setup. Save the Starbirth for next turn. Feels like what I want to do here. Yeah. Oh, I have to Starbirth this turn because I need the stadium replacement. All right, Starbirth. I need the stadium replacement. I could have quick balled for Pumpkin, but Pumpkin on the bench, not a big fan of that, to be honest, for sure. So we are going to go with the Marnie here this turn then. Okay. Collapsed. And yeah, Marnie. Disrupt the hand. I mean, Disrupt the hand is good. If I just had a Marnie in my hand, I would definitely play it this turn. And is looking okay. We'll get the Gardevoir down next turn. It's not relevant this turn quite yet. So Trinity Nova, take out this Cram, get our first prize card here. Load up some Psychic Energy. I do need to make sure I can attack next turn. I do want to go like 1-1-1, but it's a little bit. I'm gonna go 1-2, I think. I could whiff the double turbo. I would like to just like, if I knew I was guaranteed the double turbo, I would like to take that route. It's not a guarantee. I mean, it's just not a guarantee, to be honest. So I'm gonna go like this instead. Get the Espeon set up next turn. Get the Gardevoir in play. The Gardevoir is actually super important in this matchup because it does prevent the Arceus V-Stars from getting one-hit KO'd by a Giratina. It means they're only going to be doing 260 damage, and then they won't even be able to clean up the knockouts with the. They won't even be able to clean up the KOs. With the Sableye at that point because. Well, there's a reason. What is the reason? It's like because we have Espeon in play. I got it. I was like, there's a reason. Yeah, because we have Espeon in play. They could hit us for 260, and then Sableye could KO it. But because, yeah, that's not going to be a possibility because we have the Espeon in play. So Espeon stops Star Requiem. It also stops my opponent from, and then the Gardevoir stops my opponent from 1-hit KO and Arceus. We also play a V-Guard Energy and a Big Charm, so those could be also tools we could utilize here to stop the 1-hit KO from the Giratina. But the go-to way that comes up the most is, how did their hand get so big? Was it really just Luminion for Colress that made their hand so big? This is like a lot of cards. It feels like they shouldn't have that many cards in their hand. Am I like losing my mind? It seems like way too many cards. But yeah, we don't have the Gardevoir down right now, so we're gonna get knocked out. And also our first Arceus is damaged, so it's like fine. This first Arceus is gonna get knocked out. That's fine. They're still a little bit short here. They need a switch card and an energy attachment to the Giratina. But even that's a huge commitment just to get this KO here. So I'm fine with this first Arceus going down, to be honest. And they might not even have it, actually. Ooh, another Mirage Gate. That's a huge commitment. Gonna put an energy. And they only have one gate left now. I'm feeling, whoa, this Tina is ready to roll. This Tina is ready to party. But do they have... Okay, they have the Escape Rope. That is not what my opponent was looking for here. And they can have a B-Barrel for their troubles, to be honest. You can take the B-Barrel. That's all you. Feel free to take out my B-Barrel. Now this could get a little bit interesting, I guess. But I'm feeling pretty confident. I think I am going to promote my own Arceus here, though. This Arceus here. It's always going to be my own Arceus, but I'm going to promote this Arceus here because it's definitely possible I whiff. I want to Ultra Ball for the Espeon. I think that's super important. Force out another lost impact from my opponent. And then kind of go from there. All right, we're saying bye to the barrels. I do want to keep this around just in case of another Sinnoh. Sinnoh's super powerful in the Tina deck right now. So Guardy comes down for the future. Espeon comes down for right now. Marnie, once again, disrupting the hand. They've burned a ton of resources to get to this point. Only one prize card drawn so far. Yeah, see, we whiffed. I knew we were going to whiff. I saw the future on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We might have 2 Psychic Energy left in the deck. I'm going to go ahead and put this in play. Anyways, and then Trinity Nova. Get a punch in. They can't start Requiem, so they have to commit another energy to the active here. I'm going to load up 1 on the Espeon and 1 on... Actually, that was a little bit awkward. I go 2 to the Espeon's just like never attacking, right? It could attack. The thing is, I want to keep out some option for double turbo attackers. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, I want to be like, I should have just left this energy in the deck, to be honest. That was actually just a mistake to take a second energy. I should have taken 1 and put on the Espeon. Because I don't want them to go like boss, star, Requiem, KO my Espeon this turn, which they would be able to do. They got 11 in the Lost Zone right now. But like I said, they've made a huge commitment to this team. They're down 3 gates, down a bunch of energy. They still have their recovery cards. They do still have that, but they only have 1 gate left. So that's what I'm kind of... and they're not one-hit KOing anything past this Arceus. They can one-hit KO. Well, they could boss KO. Yep, there it is. Oh, wait. No. Wait. No, this is fine. Lost impact hit. The KO on this is going to be so difficult, though. I do have to be a little bit careful here, though. I can't retreat this. Well, I can retreat this, but I have to make sure I leave an energy on it so they don't Sableye it later. That was a big commitment from my opponent. Serena. I'm thinking about getting rid of the Crobat here. Getting rid of the Goon means I can't want to KO. No, I can still want to KO that. I'm getting rid of the Goon for sure, because this one can want to KO it. Boom. Fresh Arceus. And retreat. Get rid of both Psychics. Sure. Yeah, go to this Arceus. This Arceus can't get KO'd. I could have gone to this Arceus. This Arceus would have gotten KO'd by a Snorlax, though, and then they would just be a KO on the Espeon away. Like, now they could, like, cram this Arceus and then Tina it afterwards, but I'm fine with that. Yeah, I think we just are so far ahead at this point. The resources are just so much in our favor. It might be possible for my opponent to squeak out a dub, but I think this one's just in the books. Like, I think they're stabilized in the Lost Zone as well, right? Yeah. I mean, they could play the second Sableye. It's pretty unlikely or pretty uncommon in Tina these days. It's actually been like uncommon since like week 2 of Lost Origin. But yeah, there's basically no reason to run 2 Sableyes in Tina. There's basically no reason to do it, so I doubt they play it. Yeah, and even though we got a bunch of damage in play, they can't utilize it. Even if they had a Sableye, they couldn't utilize this 260 damage here or this 110 damage here. It's just like so awkward to utilize at this point for my opponent. Okay, the one thing they still have Greninja, so they could Greninja KO my Espeon, and then put damage here, and then boss KO this. But luckily for me, I got my Charon's Care out of the prize cards. This is actually a card I've been thinking about playing another copy of, the Charon's Care, because the healing has been feeling a little bit lacking, to be honest, in the deck. So a Charon's Care is definitely something I'm considering adding, or maybe a Volo. Like Volo allows us to discard the Espeon at some point. The Collapse Stadiums are also still pretty good at that. Ooh, this draw was actually... No way. Is this how we go down? The Marnie into the brick. This is why you want B-Barrel in play, but it's not always realistic. Minion send up. They know I'm KOing this, right? The boss top deck. Choice belt boss KO. I mean, the Tina seems to be the only actual threat here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove what seems to be the only actual threat. I could have put this other choice belt on this Arceus. And there's the concede. Easy peasy. Tina matchup do be. Just got to set up. If we set up, it's just too hard for them to get 1-hit KOs. And they have to expend so many resources to get 2-hit KOs. And then if any healing gets involved, like Collapse Stadiums or the Charon's Care, which they so rudely took away from us, it's just easy peasy at that point. If you guys want to catch some more gameplay from me with this deck, of course, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG2. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.